Tuesday, August 1st is the last day that MLB teams can make trades. Let's find out where the biggest names on the trade market land and the trade proposals to go with it. Tim Anderson, half the roster is up for grabs on the south side. Small sample size, but he's had a good second half, but overall his season has been horrible. Sox could wait to see if he stays hot and trade him in the offseason, or they could package him with one of their other top players with higher stocks. Brewers, Terrain's defense is top notch, but his bat just hasn't been there. Brewers have said they're going to add responsible. A possible rental with his value at his lowest fits that description. The trade, Brewers received Tim Anderson, White Sox received Freddie Zamora, Brewers 20th overall prospect, and Nick Bennett, a non-top 30. Adames also has not been great at short, but with Anderson showing he's capable of playing second, that's where he'll start. White Sox won't want rookie ball single A guys, they're looking for major league ready or at least close in their trades. Zamora was a second rounder 3 years ago and is doing okay in Double A, while Bennett is currently in Triple A. Sticking with the White Sox, Dylan Cease. Far and away the White Sox with the most value. He's not having as good as a season as when he finished second in Cy Young last year, but still 2.5 years of control, and you're getting a front of the rotation starter. Astros, it'll take a lot, and that includes some guys in the current roster. Pena would most likely be included in this deal. The trade, Astros received Dylan Cease, White Sox received Drew Gilbert, MLB's number 70 overall prospect, their lone top 100, and shortstop Jeimer Pena. Gilbert isn't as close to the majors as Chicago would like, but he's a lone top 100 guy, and Pena hasn't been as good as Houston would like, but he's still very young and is coming off a postseason for the ages. It won't make sense to trade Hunter Brown in this deal. Picking up a starter, then giving up one of yours. They're making a trade for a starter for a reason. I had a full trade for Shohei Ohtani, but with the Angels officially buying, they're obviously not going to sell Shohei Ohtani anymore, so a Shohei Ohtani trade will not appear in this video. Let's go over to St. Louis, a team that was expected to be in contention but is anything but that. Paul Goldschmidt. If they're serious about selling, here's where they reload. 1.5 years of control for the reigning MVP. The Marlins. Cardinals need pitchers with control. Marlins need bats. Match made in heaven right here. The trade, Marlins receive Paul Goldschmidt and Paul DeJong. Cardinals receive Max Meyer, MLB's number 50th overall prospect, and Evan Fitterer, Miami's 25th. St. Louis will try to get one of the few starters already in the majors, but Goldie just doesn't have that type of value. Meyer is still an excellent prospect, third overall pick in 2020, and Fitterer, who has some good experience in Double A. Two main starters are available for the Cardinals. First, Jack Flaherty. He's just never been what he was supposed to be after that insane second half in 2019. He's still solid and also a free agent after this year. Braves. The top three in the rotation are very good, but after that, all you have is injuries. If any team is going to get Flaherty going, it'd be the Braves. The trade, Braves receive Jack Flaherty, Cardinals receive Dylan Dodd, Atlanta's number 9 prospect. Cardinals want MLB ready arms. Dodd has made 5 starts at the major league level this season. St. Louis could maybe get a low level prospect to throw in here too, but they shouldn't expect much for a middle of the rotation guy who's a rental. And the other starter is Jordan Montgomery. He's been a lot better than Flaherty, also a rental. Cardinals could keep him with hopes to re-sign him too. Twins. Their rotation is a big reason why they're in first, but they're still missing a lefty. This definitely isn't the year to go all in, but this ad gives them a chance without giving up a ton. The trade, Twins receive Jordan Montgomery, Cardinals receive Marco Raya, Twins number 4. Simeon Woods Richardson is another name you could watch here. His stock has fallen a lot, but the Cardinals could throw him in their rotation instantly. Raya has looked great in Advanced A and Double A this year and could decide he's not worth a rental. One of the top rentals on the market, Jeimer Candelario. If I had to bet money on one guy getting traded, it would be Candelario. A rental and completely out of the playoff race in DC. It's a guarantee he's gone. Just about every contending team will be in on him. Orioles. They don't want to go all in just yet. Mountcastle has struggled, or he can move Gunnar back to short and have Candelario play third. Regardless, this won't cost them the farm. The trade, Orioles receive Jeimer Candelario and the Nationals receive Dylan Beavers, Baltimore's number 10. Nationals do not need an MLB ready player as they plan to be rebuilding for a few years. Beavers has been good in Advanced A, just being selected 33rd overall last year. No matter how many they have, they don't need to trade a top 100 prospect in this deal, although Beavers is trending that way. Eduardo Rodriguez has an opt-out after this year, so teams will most likely need to know what his decision will be before they make a trade offer. Reds, they desperately need some starters to go along with their high-powered offense. They go and land someone who will most likely not opt out. The Reds receive Rodriguez and the Tigers receive Chase Petty, Reds number 6 prospect, and Carlos Sanchez, the Reds number 29 prospect. Petty, the Reds' first rounder in 21, has been great down in Advanced A this year, but he's still a couple years away from the majors, while Sanchez is just 18 and crushing rookie ball pitching. He is not a throw-in. Let's stick in the NL Central, but this time with a seller. The Cubs have a lot of names to trade. Their top two are going to be Marcus Stroman and Cody Bellinger. Starting off with Stroman, player option for next year. He's having an incredible year. First All-Star appearance since 2019. Cubs aren't completely out of it, but still expect them to sell. The Rays. Tampa isn't usually a team who makes moves for the bigger names. They've hit a road bump in July and need some help. The trade, Rays receive Marcus Stroman. Cubs receive Osleivis Basabe, the Rays number 6. Basabe is a versatile infielder who's played all season in AAA. Very little power, but the Cubs could count on him to make a lot of contact at Wrigley right away. Cody Bellinger, his option is mutual, which most likely will be declined by him. He's nearly back to MVP form and will be one of the best bats at this deadline. Yankees, Rizzo average season, Judge injured, Bader and Cabrera have not been great. There's a lot of places for Bellinger to play. He's also only played in the biggest markets. He's used to this. The trade, Yankees receive Cody Bellinger and Kyle Hendricks. Cubs receive Will Warren, the Yankees number 7, and Sean Boyle, the Yankees number 27. Both these guys are ready for the majors now or next season. Losing Hendricks, the last guy from that championship core, would hurt, but with how desperate the Yankees are for starters, they'd love him added in this deal. The Rockies have a few guys that could be traded, but let's focus on their biggest, most realistic trade candidate, Cron. He's been a lot better in the last month after a below average start to the season. Rental for a team who's out of the race would usually be a guarantee to sell, but it's the Rockies, so no guarantee here. The Phillies. Bohm has had to play a lot of first, and he hasn't been bad, but move him back to third and get a natural first baseman in Cron. Trade, Phillies receive Cron, and the Rockies receive Alex McFarland, the Phillies number 8. It'll never be different. The Rockies need starting pitching. Painter, Abel, and McGarry are too high for a rental, and the next best one is McFarland, who's looked good in single A this year. The Padres have 2 rentals that they are most likely to get rid of. First off, one of the best relievers in baseball, Josh Hader. A year after the blockbuster trade to land him, he could be traded out of San Diego. The wildcard race is still semi in reach, but I expect the Padres to unload most guys without much control. As a rental and top reliever on the market, Hader is gone. Yankees. They've been linked to Hader for years. They finally get their man as Clay Holmes moves to setup. The trade, Yankees receive Josh Hader, the Padres receive Trey Sweeney, Yankees number 5 prospect. You could also see the Yankees try to get Snell to come along with Hader in a package, but for now it'll just be Hader. Sweeney was the Yankees' first round pick in 2021. San Diego could also look for established MLB talent, which the Yankees could provide instead. And starter Blake Snell, he's been Cy Young good since late May, the best available starter on the market. And as a rental, just like Hader, he will most likely be traded. The Rangers, Evaldi is far and away their ace, but after that, it's solid but not great. The trade, Rangers receive Blake Snell. Padres receive Justin Foss, Texas's number 7th prospect. It's tough because the Padres want MLB ready guys, and Texas wouldn't want to trade any players part of their current team or pitchers on the verge. Let's go with the 2020 first rounder who's having a great season in AAA and also blocked due to Josh Young and Marcus Semien. Here's a bigger name for the Mets. Starter Justin Verlander. He's been a lot better since the start of the year. His contract is just so much that most teams won't want that on their books unless the Mets add cash. The Giants. They reported them being interested, and they're a team who would take on his contract, or at least some of it. The trade, the Giants receive Justin Verlander, and the Mets receive some cash. Maybe you can throw in a low-level prospect here too. It's really going to depend on how much of the contract the Mets pay or don't pay. And here's 2 names I have to mention just because one's one of the best pitchers ever and the other is the second best bat kind of available. Max Scherzer, he's completely fell off a cliff from his usual career numbers. Who knows if it's his age, the pitch clock, or if the Mets broke him. Regardless, with his numbers and contract, I don't see him going anywhere. And lastly, Juan Soto. Well, here's the most talented name on the market that isn't Shohei Ohtani. Padres have so much of their core locked up. Soto is really the only big bat that isn't under control for the next decade in San Diego. Doesn't have to be traded at all, but you bet teams will be calling and offering a haul. But he stays. They'll listen, but no one will offer what it takes to get him. Of course, there's other notable names on the market, but if I did every single guy, well, this video would be a little long. So I hope you guys did still enjoy. Let me know which ones you think I'm going to get right, which ones I'm going to get wrong. But I hope you guys have an absolutely beautiful day, and I'll see you in the next video. See ya!